What up, everybody? It is Sanni here, and I have to say I'm glad that finally an anime came out. I've been waiting days upon days upon days for an anime to come out this new year. Besides the couple that I seen, that was just, I think it was like previews of what's to come for the new season or whatever. So Black Clover episode 65 finally came out, and I think they're probably gonna take a break after this. Considering how if you check on like the websites and everything, it pretty much stops at 65. Even on like Crunchyroll and stuff, it stops at episode 65. So I don't know if they're gonna take a break right now and resume later on, or if they're just gonna like a little small break, or if it's gonna be a long break or whatever. But we've seen what happened in that. It was pretty much a continuation of Vanessa and the Queen Witch, which Vanessa pretty much broke all like her spells, and the Queen Witch pretty much like gave up at the end. It's like, oh well, obviously being imperfect is pretty much a power in itself as to being perfect. So pretty much it just healed everybody, and it was just pretty much like talking, and Mars and a lot of people said they're gonna go back to the Diamond Kingdom and pretty much like build it up from the ground up and help the king, because obviously the king is sick over there, so that's why they're attacking people, because they're using, I'm assuming it's like a prime minister or something. That's it's usually those type of people are the ones that's like attacking when the king is out of commission and whatnot. So that's pretty much how that rolled out. And then it was just pretty much how Asta was like went home and showed everybody that his arms is fixed and everything, and it was just like a happy-go-lucky episode. It really wasn't too much like mentioning anything. It just pretty much recapping and ending of everything that happened, and pretty much the queen telling Asta that his swords are like from the leader of the elves tribe, and that's the reason why the Eye of the Midnight Sun, when he seen those swords, he pretty much wanted them back, because he said that's not fit for you, that's supposed to be my swords and whatnot. So now it all makes sense as to why he said that, and now like is like hitting a god damn, why they're so loud. And now it's like pretty much understanding the whole thing. Seriously, like why are they over here freaking making that much noise is beyond me. Let me check. Like they're pretty much like putting leaves in a drain right now. Like, why are you putting leaves in a drain? Like, you're supposed to blow the leaves out the drain so they don't get freaking clogged up. But anyways, they're gonna be walking by anyway. So back to the Black Clover. So hopefully there's a new episode next week, but I really don't see that happening. I really do think they're gonna take a break or some sorts, because even when I checked on the anime wiki or anime chart or whatever, it didn't show like a new season or anything like coming out. It just said like these are the new animes that's coming out, and this is like the continuation. So I don't really know for sure if they're gonna like restart it right on the bat, or if they're gonna just like take their break or whatnot. But I mean, if I really wanted to like know, I can read the manga, which I'm still choosing not to do. So there's like nothing that important to where I really want to like read the manga and see what happens, because it's progressing at a nice pace to where I'm not gonna be like I really don't want to like know what's happening in the future. But there are a couple animes that are coming out this season that do look like pretty interesting animes, just that they haven't came out yet. So I'm just waiting for those to come out to see if they're even like worth like reviewing or anything like that, or even watching, because half of the time like they have like a good picture and the description is very well writ, and then you're watching this like, man, this is just a crap anime. Like, why'd I even bother clicking on watching this? And that's usually how it is for me, because since I don't read any of the mangas, like it's pretty much like hit and miss for me. Whenever I click on an anime and just read the description, if they do it very well, and then once they get you, because there was one anime that got me like that actually this week. It was it's WZ and the like everywhere you find it, but it's YZ when they say it. But pretty much it's just handshakers, and I freaking hated handshakers. Like, I didn't get through like the first two episodes of that, because it was just a dumb premise to me. Like, I understand they're fighting, but they have to hold hands while they're fighting. I'm like, this is just stupid. Like, Why would you? That's like, why would you hold hands with somebody and you have to fight other people? That makes no sense. That's like a disadvantage right there. I mean, granted, everybody has to hold hands, so it's not like that much of a disadvantage, but it depends on who you holding hands with, would probably be like a disadvantage. So I didn't watch Handshakers at all. I was like, I'm not gonna watch this. The art style was cool and everything, but it's like it seemed like they did way too much on that art style, so I was like, nah, it's like giving me a headache. So then when I watched YZ, it was like, oh, this is a very good opening, and I usually never watch openings, and like because how they had like a song playing and everything is like DJ opening and whatnot. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch this, and then halfway in, I hear the word handshaker. I'm like, oh no, they didn't. I know they did just freaking pull like a fast one on me and change the title of the name, and it's actually Handshaker. So I did my little research, and it's Handshaker. So it's pretty much Handshaker, but a different title. I don't know why they gave it a different title because it's essentially the same thing. The only difference is this one's like 10 years into the future, I believe. So why is it a different title? Why isn't it just Handshaker second season? I mean, granted, none of the characters are the same. So, I mean, I've seen animes where they make a second season and it really has nothing to do with the first season, and I don't understand why they freaking decided to change the name and everything like that. It was just stupid. I guess to trick people to watch it. I guess like, oh, we're gonna change the name. We're gonna get more viewers this way. Bam, and I'm pretty sure they got a bunch of viewers because of that. Because the picture don't even look like that. And then once you get halfway in, they pretty much got you like, oh, you already watched it, so you might as well finish it. Well, that was the case for me, man. I watched it, so I'm not gonna watch any more of those because I didn't like Handshaker in the beginning, so I'm not gonna like this one. I already gave it a chance, and granted, yes, it's a nice art style and everything. I just don't like the concept of having to hold hands to fight, so that's why I'm really not gonna watch the YZ or never gonna watch freaking Handshakers unless I really am that freaking bored to where like, oh, I have to watch this because there's no other animes to watch, which I doubt would happen. There's always animes to watch. Even I have like a 50 list tabs of animes that I've like got halfway into the season and just took a break. Like out of nowhere, I just took a break, and the tab just like continuously getting longer and longer and longer to the point to where like I don't want to even go on that internet browser. So I don't go on that browser anymore. I go on a different browser just so I don't have to see those tabs. That's how terrible it is. And eventually I got to get to those animes, but I don't know when that's going to happen, but it's going to happen one day. But right now I'm just worrying about the new animes and all of that, so we'll see like that. And I do see a couple new animes came out that I did watch, which was Data Live. I watched both seasons 1 and 2, so I'm gonna see what season 3 is about. Obviously it's gonna be the same premise of season 1 and season 2, so I mean it's gonna be overpowered guy pretty much with a bunch of girls, and they got powers and all of that. So I already know how that pretty much is going to play out. It's pretty much like watching High School DxD at some point at this point, because you already know like what's going to happen. It's all comedy. It's all just a bunch of girls and sexy content and all of that. So it's like whatever. But then the other one that I seen that came out was the 3D Kanojo Real Girl. So pretty much I have like a couple things to watch. I mean, there's only like one episode of each of those, so it's not like it's gonna kill that much time, just like an hour or so. But at least it lets me know like, oh, this is what my season's gonna be like for the anime world and whatnot. So hopefully they do another Black Clover episode, but I didn't see it. But the funny thing I did see in Black Clover was how Asta became friends with Mars. And the only thing that came into my mind was Naruto, because every time Naruto fought like somebody and whatnot, and somehow they became friends, like, oh, if you ever need me, I'll come help. That's what that freaking reminded me of. Like, really, they're doing like a Naruto reference right here. It's like, come on now, like, but yeah, I mean, to each their own. I mean, Naruto's done. Boruto is, I don't know. I mean, I'll get to that one day, but that one day ain't happening no time soon because I really haven't seen like too many good reviews on that anime. I mean, it's pretty much a spin-off of Naruto, which you would assume that I would like that because I fell in love with Naruto at a young age. So you think, oh, spin-off, but They're more about technology than they are about ninjutsu, and I was really into the ninjutsus to the point to where I knew all the hand signs and all that. Even though like further into the anime, they just decided to stop doing all the goddamn hand signs, just did this the whole time, and boom, jutsu. I'm like, what happened to the hand signs? Like, are you doing the hand signs in your head and it just automatically bam jutsu out? So I was like, yeah, whatever. But I mean, they probably did it because it was easier animation as opposed to like doing all the hand signs, and that is like a lot of work. Granted, they could have like done the hand signs once and pretty much replayed that, because I mean it wouldn't be that hard, but whatever. So that is all for this video. I mean, there's pretty much nothing else to talk about. I'm just hoping some other good animes do come out, because right now I'm just pretty much watching like rerun episodes like GTO and Slam Dunk and whatnot, because I'm just that bored to where there isn't like nothing good to watch right now, because I've watched everything that I've liked in each genre. So I'm pretty much like screwed at this point. So I'm just like watching TV and whatnot. But that's all for this. This is Sanni saying sayonara.